You go first, ladies first.
Meow. What I have come to know, this play is about two people's attempts to becoming closer by sharing the pieces of themselves that created who they are today. And to me, I think that's really important in all aspects, because if you're trying to develop a relationship with somebody and you kind of want to get to know, like, what I like to say, like, why are you this way? But I think it's a really sweet, kind of like a love letter to commitment in relationships and wanting to be with that person and doing whatever it takes to do so. So, yeah.
Yeah. So to me, this play is about two people attempting to deepen their relationship and their connection, to share the parts of them that are maybe more hidden, the embarrassing stories that you don't tell anybody, right? And hoping that the person that they love will continue to love them after learning about those flaws, seeing that person's trauma and their scars, and deciding that you still love them and moving past that honeymoon phase.
I can agree with that, and I think it's really beautiful, and that should happen in a lot of different like facets of relationships, where you want to figure out, like, you want to expose yourself and share these pieces, and it's like, are you still gonna, my favorite Roberta Flack song, will you still love me tomorrow? It's like, after I share all this with you, will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still want to be with me? Do you still see me this specific way? Or I was like, can we continue or must we stop? I think we would like to continue.
We'll have to see.
I connected in ways I did not realize. I always like to joke and say reading is fundamental when you like first get a script to audition with, because I did not expect to have such a connection with my character. I was really taken aback. There was a moment where I stood back and like a memory washed over, and I was just like, oh, me and Cecily have a bit more in common than I thought, which has a strength because now I understand how to understand her and how to portray her. But I think it was really healing for myself to develop this emotion and story for her while also healing that part of myself, so I can share this.
For me specifically, this is the first opportunity I've ever had to portray a genderqueer, non-binary, trans-masc person. And as someone who identifies as genderqueer, there's not a lot of opportunities for us to get roles that align with our identities. You tend to get cast into one gender or the other, and it doesn't always feel good. So being able to perform in a role where I feel like I get to bring more authentic parts of myself has been so exciting and so lovely. It's so amazing to feel seen and represented in a show.
I realized this is one of my first stage shows where I got to like play like a cisgender woman. Because I was always playing, I was always fine with being like, oh, we don't have enough actors, somebody's gonna have to play the opposite gender. And I've always been like, me, I'm fine with it. So that was fun to finally like do that, which is strange. And it's closer to my identity of queer. But I think my favorite part about this show, obviously besides working with you, because you're fantastic, it's just really getting to know myself and reading these stories and, you know, seeing other people that I know and love in these stories. I don't know, I just really enjoy it, and I really like being with you guys. I live in Techland, as we've come to know, and it's so exciting to be an actor again and to re-understand my actors. So like the next time I go back into tech, I'm like, here's a piece of what I learned about myself that I can assist further. I really just enjoy the process. This is the first show I've ever done like this, where it's two people. Mm-hmm. I'm so used to like being ensemble or just having that group with me, even if I was like a lead or not. This show had to show me how strong I was.
I think that this show brings something that everybody could appreciate. I think no matter who you are, there's some part of this story, of these two characters' stories, that will resonate with you. You will recognize yourself in some part of this, or someone you love in some part of this. But I especially think that it would be really nice to have my fellow genderqueer, trans masc individuals come, because, like I said, it's so rare that we get seen on stage as we are, and not just playing, to quote from the show, some boring cis dude. To be truly authentically ourselves on stage is such a rare experience that I think that's a really valuable chance for that representation.
And sometimes I'm just so taken away by your answers. I forget the question.
Who do you hope sees this show?
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm just so entranced by you. Everyone. And I realize with the name, plot points in our sexual development, it can go across the board. So everyone can see themselves. You might have taken a different turn, or you might have gotten to a plot point and deviated to your own area. But I think everyone can relate. Yeah, I think everyone can see a bit of themselves in this story. Now that I scroll through my brain, there's a piece for everybody, and it's exciting. And I want them to see that. I want them to go home and take that piece with them, whether it makes them want to grow and be better as a person, or maybe want to change some things. Maybe something they saw, something about themselves that they didn't like, or all these different facets, because that's what theater's about. It gives you a reflection of yourself. No matter what the show really is, if you watch a show and you enjoy theater, you see something in yourself in that show, and you have to decide, do you like that piece of yourself? But yeah. I hope when you go see a movie and then after it's so amazing and so life-changing, you leave with this entirely new perspective of how you want to live life, or even still a character flaw or a character characteristic.
There you go.
That's the word. Borrowing characteristics, because I'm definitely borrowing several from Cecily. But it's just, I want them to feel transformed and have new eyes in the world, because that's what theater is truly about. Going to see something and having your life completely changed from that moment. That is what theater has always been about since its inception. Besides the storytelling, it's being seen, being heard, and feeling like there's a new day and that there's something new you can learn and do and grow and be.
Yeah, I hope that we are able to take people on an emotional journey that leaves them feeling a little bit of hope and satisfied, right? I want them to feel good about the time they spent with us. And I hope that they walk out of here either with a new perspective or that sense of, wow, I feel seen. Someone heard my story, or someone knows my story. I can relate to these characters, and I hope that we're able to bring that to the audience.